ignite shit.
Because everyone looks like us. Everyone wants to be like us,
and
bro.
What we need to really understand is that we can ignite shit, but we need to know how to maintain it and bottle it and use it for our power.
For our benefit.
Because now, we ignited something, but okay, what y'all about to do 3 days from now? You know what I'm saying? How do we keep this energy going in a productive way? How can we channel our anger and our rage into? Because I've been there, bro.
But honestly, how can we though? We're saying that, but I really want to know how can we? Because like Dion saying, I'm not mad at the protests because sitting on our ass not doing anything was still getting us killed. And right now we don't really have a solution, so we're obviously gonna go to the other extreme.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey.
Oh my God. I'm so high, it's like July. Say how you feel with the clothes you buy. So everybody think I'm rude when I walk by. I ain't like these niggas need to separate. No matter what you do, people still gonna hate. People still gonna hate.
Fellas. No Label the Pod. Episode 27 it is.
27.
How y'all boys feeling today, man? This wonderful Sunday afternoon.
It's a little chilly again outside, but feeling alright.
The atmosphere of just the climate of everything that's going on right now, so it's a lot.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of tension, man.
Yeah, but the household is good. Listen, I woke up this morning and I was looking on Facebook and I seen like one of the homies I grew up around, he passed away. R.I.P. to Mark Horn.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he went to our high school.
Alumni.
Man, he was 28. He was a pastor. He was a good, real solid dude. Like, I was dedicate this to him and his family, and peace and condolences to them and all the friends I went to high school with, all the people I grew up around. I know they hurting right now. So
definitely blessings out to his family. They in our prayers, man. R.I.P.
R.I.P. man.
But yeah, man. So, all right, where y'all want to start? We gotta talk about the elephant in the room because it's
y'all wanna go vibes for the week, keep that real short and then get right into it.
Yeah, we can go vibes.
Yeah. Hey, what you been messing with, man?
Still been on my old wave. Mint condition, a lot of mint condition. Honestly,
Word.
That's low key one of my favorite R&B groups ever. And Stokely is my favorite vocalist. Because his range is just ridiculous. And their songwriting is just impeccable, especially on, from talking about love standpoint and, the opposite sex, they deliver in such a tasteful way, but yet, put their point across, in the energy that, you supposed to feel it in.
Yeah.
So I've been getting back to them for sure. My dad put me on early as a kid, so this is, it's a day one love. And then a lot of Cleo Soul, her album. I told you, Don, that album for me was I never said it, but to me in my head, that's album of the year for R&B for me.
R&B period or just women?
Yeah, this year period for me. For me,
it's a bold statement.
From top to bottom for sure. Yeah, for sure.
It's tough though.
It's so impactful for me on my I don't know. It was just you talk about substance. Last episode, Nelson, and this definitely delivers in that way, for sure. And is very, very relatable, life changing to me. That heavy, The Weeknd. Oh my God, The Weeknd heavy too. Just re-listening to his catalog was just amazing. So yeah, pretty much that.
Yeah, the Lovebird vibe.
Yeah, man, I'm in the creative process right now, so you know what I mean. I gotta stick to my roots. I didn't even get to Ro James yet. I just haven't been. I added it, but I just haven't been really on that type of mood. You know what I mean? I'm trying to just work on my craft for sure right now.
No, that's really
so
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
I like to hear it.
Yeah, for sure. What about y'all?
Me, man, I've been I've been playing that Freddie Gibbs heavy. The Lil Yachty, Lil Boat 3. YNW Melly, We All Shine. I've been playing that.
I thought you didn't like Melly.
Gave it a listen. He's dope.
Melly's
Definitely
tough.
dope.
Yeah.
I've been playing OG Vibes, Nirvana, 20th anniversary remastered for the In Utero album. Playing that joint. Playing Fivio Foreign. 800 BC. That joint is wavy. Yeah, man. The beats on that shit is crazy. But mostly the Freddie Gibbs, really. That's really just what I've been playing. I'm just in the mood to hear Freddie Gibbs with everything going on and shit.
Yeah, definitely gonna be always solid, always consistent. I started off the week listening to Self Love. That joint came out Monday.
Yeah, I've been bumping that a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta listen to that too. I gotta listen to that.
This joint was just. I've been hearing it for a while, so I'm just like, I'm happy that people get it. I've been hearing it.
Right.
What's your favorite track on it?
My first favorite track was When You Get Home. I heard it like we've been holding on to that for a while. So it's like,
especially to close out the project, I definitely like that.
Yeah, that was the joint. Like right now, my favorite is Slide It.
Yeah, that's mine too.
Yeah, them my shits right there.
I say Slide It, and then I like The Result too. The Result, yeah.
A lot of people like that joint. So yeah, shout out to Love the Genius doing her thing with that joint.
She was in her gutter bag on that shit. She was spitting.
She's so diverse. Like she can really switch it up.
Yeah.
I also, who else I listen to? The Black ATL freestyle. He always he delivered it was classic I could bar you up, or I could that slow melodic vibe that he liked to bring.
Yeah, I watched the video earlier.
Yeah, nice quarantine video, quarantine clean. So it's just I was like, yo, he gonna come correct, and I feel like it's a good time for that too, because I feel like the world could use that calming, that that soothing sound that he brings. What else I've been listening to? Of course, I'm listening to Freddie Gibbs, the Alfredo joint. Yeah, Freddie going crazy the past 2 years. This joint is crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
100%, bro.
I've listened to it maybe 3-4 times, but it's I still need more time. It's only 10 tracks, but I need more time to digest everything. He really his vibes be that compact where it's he really did that shit. I think my favorite track on that joint right now is Scotty Beam. What's the joint? Skinny Shug, Babies and Fools, Conway, Benny on this joint.
Conway track is hard.
Yeah, Conway. That's the Conway. I like Conway get in that bag. He really be he slept on. I believe he getting slept on.
Bro, I've been saying he was the best out of the group.
Yo, he be having some crazy versions.
We did.
Yeah, let me see what else I listened to. Lucky Day, he painted the deluxe version. I listened to that joint. I was listening to the Roll Some More, the remix with Chronix and who was the other dude?
Wait, he dropped a deluxe version of Paint It?
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Yo, what?
It's only a couple tracks.
Yeah, but it's still still fire. It's like a reggae version of Roll Some More. I'm yo, this shit is crazy.
That's probably insane.
Yeah. Shout out to Lucky Day be doing his thing.
OD. And I listened to the track with him and Babyface. Mm-hmm. Well, Babyface, I think was just
he was harmonizing.
Yeah, on background.
Yeah,
probably did a little writing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that joint.
Maybe all of it. It's Babyface.
Right.
It's Babyface.
For real.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'd be like, yo, could you?
Would you mind?
Bless me.
Please. What's the name? Yeah, but yeah, shout out to Lucky Day. People like him, they make me happy with this generation of music and stuff going on.
Yeah.
We used to get a lot of slack, but yeah, he looking special right now.
Facts. He's older too, though.
Is he? How old is he?
Isn't he in his 30s?
I wouldn't be surprised.
33 or something like that?
I have no idea.
I believe I seen that, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He looks young, though.
Oh, what else I listened to? I had to tap into to Joey Badass this week too. I had to listen to that. What was it? Is American Badass, All American Badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they take it off streaming services?
Yeah, censored it.
Apple Music was censoring his shit. Like people were saying.
All right, so boom, I'm gonna get to my vibes, and then we're gonna go right into that, and then you know where that can go. All right, so Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo, Alchemist. Obviously, love the Scotty Beam track. I've only been able to listen to it once, so I like Nelson said earlier, like you can't really digest it all one listen.
Right.
But I definitely been bumping the Scotty Beam tracks. Shouts out to Scotty. Herb dropped PTSD Deluxe.
I seen that.
14 all new tracks, bro. So it's just like another album.
14.
Yeah, but he dropped the album I think like 2 months ago, so I'm fine with that. He ain't pull a Nav. Man, Nav gave us 50 tracks in a weekend. I definitely was bumping Self Love. I was bumping that new Styles joint that dropped last week, Styles P.
I want to hear. I should
Go Share Enthusiasm. That's why I wasn't really listening to Freddie joint because I was bumping Styles.
Yeah.
I've been bumping Styles and Conway.
He puts out, bro.
Mm-hmm. And Styles independent. He put that shit out whenever he want.
That he's put out like 10 albums. Like I could think of like recently. Like
past like 2 years.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
And he's been doing it since
bro, and they're 90s? All tough too. It's just consistent. It's like he on his grown man rap shit. Like he in the same type of bag Jay is on, to where like they're just so used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, but I've been bumping the Conway too. Coder the Friend dropped something last week. Been bumping him. The Key Glock joint, Young and Made project. And yeah, that's about it. And this dude from Buffalo named Anthony 1999. He dropped a deluxe version to his joint he dropped like last year. So I've been bumping that too. Yeah, that's about it.
Word.
Yeah,
so Joey Badass censored his music on Apple Music. And if you heard that album, you pretty much know what it's about.
Yeah, he always been on his revolutionary shit. Like he been doing that since when that album come out, 2017, I think.
I think 16.
It came out in 2017 or 16, but it's like it's still relevant to this day, which makes like
no, you're right, 17.
Yeah, it's what makes him such a good artist. So it's like to see that like the powers that be recognize how powerful you are as an artist and choose to do that and try to think they slick.
That's so crazy, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like that's nuts.
That's insane.
That's nuts. And yeah, people. Man, that's why I go hard. That's why I go hard with like my artists who before I really started listening to them and like really engaging in their music. Like I was going hard on Gunna. Like, yeah, your music can sound kind of dope, but if I get too invested in it before I know who you are, like what type of person you are, it's like I'm gonna feel away at the end of the day.
Yeah,
right.
So I'm invested in like Joey. I've been invested in Joey Bass. Like I support him whatever he do.
Yeah, I've been rocking with Joey since 1999.
Facts. And with Gunna, I took the time like this week to really like dive into the project and like I seen like he got the like astrology. Like it lets me know that he has some type of information. Like he kind of knows what he's doing. Like I need to like that. Assures me as like a consumer, like okay, this he not just putting out shit and just hoping we go for it. Like he's thinking about this. Okay, let me rock with him. And and I started watching his interview and stuff, and I was right. Like okay, he is solid. Like okay, I'm rocking with this. Like, and I've been listening to Gunna ever since. Like,
and if you listen to last week's episode, Nelson was not rocking with Gunna.
Yeah. So it's like, but like that, I do that for like my. I don't know. That's just how I operate. Like I want to.
Ain't nothing wrong with
that. Of that.
Right.
So like, shout out to Gunna. That joint. That album is tough.
Yeah.
Like maybe like 2 tracks I didn't like, and it was just like, but his shit go hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, man.
Oh yeah, and I'm I'm referring to Joey Badass first mixtape 1999, not the year 1999.
Yeah,
For people who don't know,
Yeah.
They probably like, he been rocking with him since he was like 5, 4.
Somebody's like, you was born in 95.
Right. Catch up.
But they know
that's the case.
since 9-5, my little working 9-5.
Yeah, bro. Like people like I don't, when you got situations like this with the protests and stuff like that, like I like my artists to be, I don't know, I need to know like you kind of human, and like what humanizes them to me is like you care about stuff like that's going on in the real world. So
that doesn't necessarily affect the status that you're at right now.
Yeah. So it's like I know how Joey Badass feels at a time like this. Mm-hmm. So it's like when I like, it's like to kind of like bring it back to like with Gunna, it's like with artists like who like they talk about drip or just like they have a certain content base, it's like, okay, yeah, I understand that aspect of you, but I need to know the human side of you too in order for me to really rock with you. Yeah. So it's like I want my artists to be able to speak up on a certain situation, like a social situation, because if you look at it now in today's world, like the only thing that really galvanizes people in large groups, like we see with these protests and stuff like that, the only time people get this much together and on the same page is a concert. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people got to understand like how much power these artists have and what you can do with your words. Like, like to the point where like companies will either try to stop you or promote you. We see that. I mean, I don't even got to say names. We're like, but either the company's gonna support you or try to stop you, and that shit is important. That's important to me because situations like what we see with going on with the riots and protests and looting, like people care strongly about this stuff, and it's like I've dedicated a lot of my time and energy to situations like this, so I want the things, the artists I listen to and the shit I consume to be a part of that too.
Yeah, I seen Cole out there on the front lines. Mm-hmm. I seen a couple NBA players. I seen Jaylen Brown, Jordan Clarkson, and them was out there. Yeah. It was Nick Cannon.
Rocky too, yeah.
Yeah, I seen Nick Cannon out there. Me and my brother seen Cole on the front line. We was like, oh, this nigga next album about to be so fire.
I seen people tweeting like, where's Cole and Kendrick at this time? Like, bruh, it hasn't even been a day. Get a man some time to, you know what I mean? Right. Get things together. So he's not just gonna go out there aimlessly and start doing reckless shit like everybody else. What he's doing is gonna be planning strategic to where he thinks it's actually gonna make an impact.
Right. Why do people always need to see a celebrity before shit? Like, do it on your own and then you'll see him. But don't worry about what other celebrities are doing just so you can have, you know what I mean, to validate what you're doing. You should be confident in what you're doing. You don't need a fucking celebrity to always tell you what to do.
Big fucking facts.
Yeah. One thing I like that I feel like as a people that we don't acknowledge enough is that we expect our entertainers to be our leader, to set the example and be our leaders. Yeah, but it's like they're literally like they came into their position like I'm here to entertain.
They record songs. Yeah, they have no political. You know what I mean? Like
that's like I don't get upset with certain artists when they be like, oh, I'm not speaking on that because I don't know nothing about that. Like I fully get that and I respect that 100%.
I'd rather someone not speak on something they don't know about. Right. Bullshit.
Exactly.
Don't lie to me.
Right. Tell the truth.
Yeah. They don't need. You shouldn't have to look for an artist to lead you in as far as when it comes to like politics or economics or something like that. It shouldn't have to be that way. There should be the person, like, I feel like a lot of people do that, or artists, like, they choose to, like, when they pick that lane, because the only way they can get attention to the economics or the other things is because it seems like y'all only pay attention to the music when somebody dancing or something like that. And keeping it a buck, the only time when the system that we live in, they support black men and promote them is if you dancing.
Yeah, through entertainment. Bro, that's why I said earlier that, well, not on the pod, but I said earlier that I feel like it'll make a big change and it'll affect things and make an impact if the NBA players is like, nah, we not coming back July 31st. MLB players, we not getting back on the diamond. We not going back on the field. Football players, entertainers, we not doing. If they take a stance, then it's going to affect their pockets, bro, because that's the only place we can really hurt them. Yeah, that's the place where they really going to feel it, is in their pockets.
Facts.
And a lot of people question.
Stop spending money with them. Support the black businesses. Yeah. But people just love the Gucci, man. They love looking cute. That's all they care about. They act like they care about this shit, but they really don't. They just doing it right now because it's cool.
Yeah, it's a popularity to put your camera and be like, I'm here. Where everybody else at? I'm here.
Right.
Like it's a popularity contest at this point. You feel me? Like like what you were saying, like formulated ideas on how to really hurt the enemy. You know what I mean? That's what we need. Like, and I'm not one of them people that are, we shouldn't be protesting, because I completely understand. You know what I mean? People are hurt. I'm mad. You know what I mean? I was mad when Trayvon got killed. I knew then this wasn't for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, no, I'm not mad at the protest, but I just feel like a part of me just feels like we're kind of playing into what's being wanted. You know what I mean? I feel like the powers that be are using the black people as like a pawn. Okay, we're gonna, you know what I mean? Ignite their emotions and get them riled up so we can move our political, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. 100%. I'm not political at all, but it's just, I don't know. I get a bad feeling from it.
I always like, man, we like, it may look like we're not in control. Like sometimes, like we feel like black people, we're not in the best economic position. But bro, we run this shit. Bro, we make this shit go.
Yes,
you see, bro, we're setting this shit on fire right now.
We ignite a lot of fucking shit. Like they were rioting and looting in like in I think it said Berlin and like Toronto. Bro, these people, like our people and our culture, what we do, we ignite shit.
Because everyone looks like us. Everyone wants to be like us.
And
bro.
what we need to really understand is that we can ignite shit, but we need to know how to maintain it and bottle it and use it for our power.
For our benefit.
Because now, we ignited something, but okay, what y'all about to do 3 days from now? You know what I'm saying? How do we keep this energy going in a productive way? How can we channel our anger and our rage into? Because I've been there, bro.
But honestly, how can we though? We're saying that, but I really want to know how can we? Because like Dion saying, I'm not mad at the protests because sitting on our ass not doing anything was still getting us killed. And right now we don't really have a solution. So we're obviously going to go to the other extreme, which is just start going around and vandalizing and mess things up.
And then
they're just going to, and like a lot of the like people were shown on social media, undercover cops were starting it. So this is what they want us to do. Even when we was out there protesting peacefully, they're starting it, which it more ignites it.
And then blaming the destruction on blacks.
Yeah.
It was black people that destroyed you know what I mean? And
but like, I really want to know what can be the other solution. Like, I'm honestly asking if anybody has it, please hit me up, bro. I'm down for whatever in terms of actually doing something productive.
It's like you can't be mad. You can't be mad at this solution right now. Like,
no, I'm not.
It's not the best one that we want to see type thing. You know, it's not the best one, but it's like a bully. You know, it's like dealing with a bully. Like. But after that bully continues to, you know, beat up on you, you're gonna eventually pop back. You know what I mean? So it's like
it's kind of like they're poking our nest to get us to like all come out as bees and all that. But it's like I also feel like, you know what I mean? Like they want this reaction out of us, but like you said, we've had our fill of this shit. You feel me? We done seen it for too long, and I feel like they know that. That's why I feel like there isn't. I don't have. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna act like I had an answer, but I do feel like we're being led into a fucking bear trap. Like, go ahead and riot, burn the shit, and then we'll just use that as a way to move our whatever politics we trying to push. That's just how I feel about it. And the only thing with the rioting with me is like I said, like you want to riot, get your anger out. You know what I mean? But why not target the areas that, you know what I mean, look at us and just, why are these blacks rioting? You know, white people will look at us rioting.
Yeah, why are you doing it in our neighborhood?
Yeah, they're looking at it as like, these blacks are savages. Why are they so angry? When if we were really to put the pressure on them, you know what I mean? And I'm not like inciting anyone to hurt anybody, but I'm just saying we're rioting in our own backyard. You feel me? Like, and they're just watching us, and then 3 days later, nothing's different. You feel me? Like,
not gonna fix them.
Like I said, I don't have an answer, but that shit, I just feel like we should, if we gonna really riot and shit, we should really make them feel it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like when they feel it, we always say, we're trying to hit their pockets. Okay, yes, you hitting their pockets, but how are you going to increase yours so you don't have to worry about them coming? Like, they destroyed it. Now, who has the money in our community to buy it back? You know what I'm saying? And that shit comes down to like who, like, I see shit going is like we talked about it in earlier podcasts where how everything's going digital. It seems like everything's going digital. We have to see where that next wave is going. And if I be posting stuff on my like on Facebook and IG where it's like it talks about like cryptocurrency and understanding that like every JP Morgan, largest bank, U.S. bank, they're moving in partnerships with cryptocurrencies. They're letting you know we're about to move all the money here. So why don't you put your money in a cryptocurrency, a black-owned cryptocurrency? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Guapcoin. Shout out to yeah, like bro, there are things out there in place waiting, like waiting for us to
but the
really
thing
charge
is,
it
when
up.
we did do something like that, not the cryptocurrency, but even when we had Black Wall Street in 1921, look what they did to it, bro. They burnt that shit down.
They did.
And killed over 100 people, injured hundreds of people, just because we was getting money on our own and we didn't need them.
That was in Tulsa, right?
Yeah, 1921, bro.
Yeah.
And we should learn from that. And so this time, everybody have legally registered, you know what I mean? Just be ready for that, because we see you. I'm sure Black Wall Street, they were like, you know what, we're prospering. We're not worrying about the whites. And then the whites are looking at it like, okay, these people are getting money. We're not about to have that.
Yeah,
so
they're looking at us as a threat.
Yeah. And it's just like, I feel like the one main thing that we need as like a people, as like black people, is to just first and foremost realize, like, you feel me, like, there's no savior both parties. Joe Biden's not our savior. Trump's not the savior. You know what I mean? Like, we just have to understand that, like, we have to look out our best interest.
Yes.
Just because someone has Democrat in front of their name doesn't always mean they want your best interest. Right. Like I said, I'm not political, but I really feel like both parties are full of shit.
Yeah, and it comes down to people's bottom dollar. Like, they vote with their dollars. Like, you vote for what you want by what you spend your money with. Like, if Gucci, it doesn't have that value, you wouldn't pay so much for it. You know what I'm saying? You give it the value because you want to in demand so much. How badly do you want your people to be free? How much are you willing to put your money behind it? Are you willing to support the black people who are trying to pull you out of a burning house? Because right now, the house was already burning before y'all decided to break windows and start doing riots. We see that around the world. We hit a depression. Like, we hit a global recession, bro. You don't need to throw rocks and shit at it. Like, this shit is already coming down. Are you gonna be a victim and be mad and just kicking and screaming in the walls while this whole shit crumbling down? Or you gonna hop out the window? You gonna use new avenues? Like, bro, even tapping it back to the music, like, you see how they censoring shit when they see you fighting back. When they see you fighting back, they try to censor you. So you gotta understand, like, Trump was just talking about signing executive orders, talking about limiting social media platform, Twitter and shit. Bruh, find the black-owned social media network. Mm-hmm. It's called New Network, NU.network. Like, it's all, like, shit is in place for solutions are in place for us to be moving, getting out of this burning house, bro.
Yeah.
You have to be able to, like, how bad do you want it? You want to kick and scream, throw rocks in windows, or do you genuinely want to finance your people and empower yourselves to the point where you don't have, like, police won't be in your neighborhood because you don't have to worry about them. You're able to secure your own neighborhoods. You don't need, like, we got it.
What needs to happen first and foremost, though, those cops need to be convicted off rip. Bruh, that if they get off and that doesn't happen,
I'm telling
it's the end.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. What better way for phase 2 to rise to have no evidence of murder? You know what I mean? It's just, and so it's then like, okay, then what? We're back to the same step. What are we gonna do again? Riot again? Like, you know what I mean? We have to. It's just like you said, bro. Like, the steps are in place for us, and it's just like a lot of people don't have no idea about them. You know what I mean? What you just mentioned, I'm sure less than 1% of people know about what you're talking about, and that's just because they know that we're blinded by anger. When you see a video like that, you don't think, oh, let's sit down and let's talk about how we're gonna. Nah, you see that George Floyd, and you want to set shit on fire.
Our issue is we fighting like it's 1980s. Like, we not even like fam. People not beefing like that no more. You see these people out here having trade wars, bro. These people out here with hackers and they fight digitally, bro. People ain't like, we have to be able to. Yes, I'm not even like shaming people going out there. Like, express yourself. Right. Like, express yourself the best way you know how. But understand that how these people fight, they fight by, okay, I'm gonna starve out your community, and I'm gonna put this one building. I'm gonna make sure none of your local businesses could thrive. I'm gonna throw this Walmart in the middle, so none of your people could thrive, and y'all can't network with each other. I'm gonna make sure that Walmart don't sell no healthy food because I want y'all to be weak. I'm gonna make sure I pull all the money out of your school, so your kid's gonna be dumb. They fight different.
People don't think like that though, bro.
Yeah, we don't think like that. We thinking, I'm gonna throw this rock and niggas gonna be they gonna be mad.
They gonna be
nah, bro, they fight different, bro. So you gotta think different. Like,
I think different.
I mean, I gotta laugh, man. I just can't.
And then, like,
I just can't sit here and be mad the whole time, man. Because that's not changing anything either.
And to play devil's advocate, like I said, I'm not against the protest, but to play devil's advocate against all the people that are saying, oh, well, we tried peaceful protests and they didn't work. We tried violent protests. And when Martin Luther King was assassinated, the world was burning for weeks. You know what I mean? Like, we've done this before. So it's like, okay, we've learned from that past. We know that we can do that. We can burn a city down. We can burn our hood down. What else can, you know what I mean? What's the next step? Just like I'm seeing a lot of people share the video. It's like a young, older black guy talking to like a 16-year-old. And I'm assuming his father. And the father is basically taking a stance of, we need to just we need to burn everything down, just throw shit. And he's like, you're 16, in 10 years it's gonna happen again. So you need to take this time to think of some other way, because what we're doing is obviously not working. You know what I mean? Like,
and how much you willing to sacrifice for your kids? Like, are you willing to put stuff in place right now for them, so 10 years from now they don't have to do the exact same shit? Like, cause we live in an information age. Like, I'm not even shunning anybody that came before us, but we got the information in our hands now. We literally have phones where it's like digital libraries. We can look up anything. You can put things in place. You can learn things to give to your kids, so they don't have to go into the streets and worry about somebody gunning them down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People forget, like, gangs was created to protect the neighborhood from police departments. The only reason why gangs started turning other ways is because we didn't have the things in order to reward them.
They put the drugs into the fucking neighborhood.
And we were infiltrated by fucking operatives in the government because they knew how powerful we were getting.
And it comes down to resources, bro. If everybody in this gang is eating, they don't need drugs and other things in order to try to finance themselves. If we're able to finance them, they're able to stay solid and protect each other and protect their families and protect what's theirs. And in time, bring it back to like having our own currency. Like, we don't have to sit back.
So you saying these gangs need to become the Black Panthers? Huh? You saying these gangs need to become the Black Panthers?
I ain't even saying that. I'm saying everybody like should have a home. It should be a home where it should be, and they should be protected by a group of people, a group of men and women, who willing to protect their own. You know what I'm saying? And we should be able to have an agreement where, okay, we're not gonna let this, and this go down. And we're going to make sure as a community, we don't allow that shit. We going to meet as that's what community centers. Like, how many families is really meeting at the community center, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's like little stuff like that. It's really like getting to know each other and people who you live next to, instead of looking at them crazy. Like, no, we have to understand we have a common interest. Like, our kids live next to you. My kids don't grow up next to your kids. They about to be friends. They about to grow up.
Yeah, it used to be like that when our parents was growing up.
Yo, like, take this time you and grow up. Yo, knock on your neighbor door. Yo, I never met y'all. Like, hi, I'm so and so. Like, I'm doing this. I got these jobs. Like, I got these. I can help you because I'm out of work, but I got these skills. Is there anything you got? Any skills that we can barter? Like, really building your community. Like, you can take this time to do that. Like, it's small steps that we can take, and like not everybody gonna want to do that shit, but it's something got to be done. We can't just go outside and start like destroying stuff.
So what's the first step we gotta take?
Shit.
As the community,
I think the first step, like I said, we just have to realize we are self-efficient as a people, and we don't need to look at a savior just because they are on a certain party. You know what I mean? Like, what's right is right. If we're not rocking with nothing, whether you're Democrat or Republican, we should be like, okay, we don't feel right about that. You know what I mean? Like, not just be blindsided by political, you know what I mean? Just like that, I feel like that's what divides us. You feel me? Like, as a people, because you got people that are just on teams. You know what I mean? I'm on this team, so whatever my team says, I'm gonna always ride with them, right or wrong. You know what I mean? Don't matter if they're like immoral or you know what I mean. So it's just, we gotta realize that we are our own people, and we see how much power we hold.
Yeah, I think first that we can do is stop like trying to point the finger. Stop like pointing the blame and in that victim mentality. Like, I feel like they doing this to us and they doing that, and we always point the finger, they. Like, nah, what you doing though? Like, are you putting stuff in place for you to be healthier? Are you putting stuff in your mind in order for you to think clear? Are you?
Yeah, I mean, just like case in point, like when people get pulled over, like not in a George Floyd situation, but just in general, like how you operate with authority. Like, you can't be so like snippy and like attitude is off rip right when you get pulled over, because you already. But the only reason why we're
like that is because it's a history of them. Even when we're calm and just not doing shit, they still killing us or beating us. So off rip, we just have PTSD just through generational. It was just passed down.
But I'm just saying we have to practice though. We have to practice to get to decondition ourselves to get out of that as a collective, because that's not gonna work at all.
What about the people that weren't?
You're dealing with law enforcement. That's Floyd not gonna go down well for you.
George Floyd wasn't.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
He still got killed, bro.
I know, but I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. It's gonna they're law enforcement. They have right now how the law is written. If they have anything to where they can have ammo to retaliate, anything. They can flip things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like,
but my thing is, even when they don't, we're still dying. So
I get that.
But I'm just saying, like, our people have an issue with authority figures, right?
That's what I'm saying.
That's clear, right?
Yeah.
It starts, and I say it starts in the home. We can't point the finger at the police. Like, nah, fuck that. Our men, we need to be authority figures in our house. And the women too. Like, yes, women can be authority figures. Like, I ain't even like trying to be on no gender shit, but as a young man, you need a young, older dude, authority figure, or else you gonna be out here wilding. We seen that shit happen throughout the 90s. A lot of fathers, a lot of families was broken up. Men was not in the home. Kids had issues with authority figures. So we need to be able to, as men, we need to be able to start a solid foundation in the home.
And women too, and the moms nowadays, because our moms too. It's throughout, man. It's throughout. We have a lot of work to do as a Black community with ourselves individually, 100%. That's just me being real. I hate to say it, but it's so true. We have a lot of work. We have I know it's like you said, some, generational from PTSD and all that. I get that, but we have to decondition ourselves to get out of that. We have to, because that's not gonna work. It's just that's really not gonna work.
And we can't be afraid to do new shit. Like we can't.
You have to.
Like, you're mad, you have to go out and riot. No, you don't have to. Like, you can go. You can go to the library. You're mad. You can go to the library and pick up a book and figure out a different way to do something. Like, that's not right. It's not against the rules. Somebody, like, if you don't vote for this person, you're not Black.
Right, because what I'm saying,
can't believe bias.
You know what I'm saying?
If you don't vote for me, you're not Black. Who the fuck are you as a 75-year-old white man gonna tell me?
And that's not
what I have to do in order to be Black.
And no one is offended.
And nobody's really discussing that. They're laughing at it.
That's what I mean. That's the first step. We have to get rid of that fucking veil. Just because someone has Democrat in front of their name doesn't mean they're our savior. You feel me? Like, exactly. And it's just like, bro, you gotta understand. Look at all the laws that were passed by these Democrats, Republicans that fucked us over. You know
that's why I hate that the Black community loves Clinton so much. Like, do y'all know what Clinton did to us? He's the reason why we.
Yeah. That's a whole.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. Clinton buying all them. So, which I want to talk about now, man. Right. Well, first and foremost, R.I.P. George Floyd, man.
Yes.
Yeah. R.I.P. to everybody who's been the victim of police brutality and being murdered by police when you weren't doing a goddamn thing wrong. And the list goes on. So
and to the police officers, especially Black police officers, honestly, I understand you have a tough job. I understand it. As a cop, it is a tough job.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, when you see shit like this go down, I understand part of your job is to just be, conform and take orders, but some part of you, you know what I mean, has to speak up on some of this shit, because a lot of where the distrust come from the police is because the police is viewed as a gang, because they all protect each other. Yeah. So if people if people inside that gang start calling the niggas out for doing this shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, maybe it'll be a little different.
That's a big fact.
Because there are a lot of black cops.
Bro.
There are a lot of black cops. So, you know what I mean? We have our voice.
It comes down to the reward system. They're going to be rewarded for keeping their silence. If we can create a reward system within our community to help to we can compensate you. We can make sure you have food, clothing, and shelter, and we will support you. Like that, and it comes down to our value system, bro.
Also, I feel like they should put in place a law where if a cop does pull some shit like this, they get a fucking hefty sentence. So to the point where it's in their training that I can't kill someone.
You get a minimum 50 years.
Yeah, because this is too lax. Yeah. At most, you get fired for killing someone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
At most.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
People forget like that. We criminals, they have families that love them. Just like people in the riots and protests, people forget these police officers have families and loved ones that they go home to. You don't gotta just beat up a random cop just because. Like they have a job, like they have a family to go home to. I don't give a fuck about their job. They have a family to go home to. Like they want to go home to their family just like you.
Right.
So,
bro, at the end of the day, everyone is human, man. Everyone is human. And I know on Twitter, it's the trendy thing for anybody that's trying to talk about peace. Nah, fuck that. You ain't with us. You ain't. Nah. If people want to talk about being peaceful, let them. You feel me? Because we're trying all angles at this point. We are rioting, you know what I mean? But if someone is also talking peace, hear them out. Because at the end of the day, bro, everybody is human. Right. And I get it. There's a lot of racist fucking cops out here. You feel me?
Right.
And they don't view us as human. Right. But at the end of the day, we are all human. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll say like to try to like shift the conversation is like when it comes to like your art and your artistry, you need to realize how important the world. I don't say the world like the world is, but it's like. Be creative in your shit where you can like make an impact on certain like because we've seen throughout the years just like protests tend to have theme songs, bro. Like there's always a type of vibe, there's a type of energy that carries along with this protest. Like you was talking about it earlier, Vaughn, like you felt the shift. It's like you can feel that, you can hear that. Like create something that can help benefit that feeling.
Right.
Don't create something that's going to destroy it, like make the vibe worse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like that's where it comes. That's where like creatives come into play. Like that's who really stand the test of time. Like people still listening to Lauryn Hill. People still listening to Erykah Badu, NWA. Like all of that stuff is still relevant. Like they censoring Joey Badass. His last album came out 3 years ago. Like. Because that music is still relevant, it's timeless. Because it had that stuff. It wasn't just capitalizing on a trend. Like, nah.
Right.
Like we could play music from the 60s. I'm sure we can find music from the 60s that's super relevant.
That album is aging very well too.
Yeah. Like bruh, like that's what being an artist is about. Like, don't do it just because, I want to be cool because content and art is popping right now. Like, no, like create some real shit. Create a vibe that can carry out into the future to really make shit better. So this shit don't happen again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, really do some shit. Really create some shit.
100%.
Because them niggas who run in Fortune 500 companies, they not sleeping right now. They watching all of this and they calculating on, okay, how am I about to...
Right. How am I going to get a dollar off of this?
Yeah. How am I going to come up off here? Okay, they destroying everything. How many buildings owners is going to sell their shit because they can't afford to redo it? Okay, like how am I going to do that? Like, like, bro, you have to bring the art into that. You have to bring the creativity into that. Like, and...
So who are some artists that you look to do that, though? Like ones that you know, not necessarily look to, like ones you know that you can count on to put this in the music and address these things.
Jay-Z.
I look at people I say Top Dog Entertainment do a good job of doing that. Like they were paying for people's rent over in Watts and stuff like that. They always have a free concert every year, bringing out the biggest superstars to truly inspire people in those positions to create and create something better. and give back to where they come from. Yeah. So it's like I look at people like that. And when I say art and creativity, like that includes actors, that includes basketball players, football players, like the people who have the funds and like the capital to really
because a lot of these athletes have media and production companies now. Yeah. Like Uninterrupted LeBron company, they do a great job of doing that.
Yeah, and it's like how many
Maverick and them.
Yeah, like it's so many like our people. We populate so much of the entertainment aspect, and we make shit revolve. We make shit popular. We can right now. Nobody's working. Y'all can form an alliance and really hold y'all value and say, hey, we not coming back until y'all start helping our communities. That shit is destroyed right now. This NFL team for this city, yo, give 10% of y'all proceeds to rebuild our community and have business seminars in order to have ownership, in order for them to create their own community and be self-sufficient. Simple shit, but it's like who did this some good shit? Spencer Dinwiddie from on the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah,
like he into the crypto field, and he's talking about he monetized his he tokenized his contract. And it's like
the GoFundMe, yeah,
and it's like certain people don't like necessarily know like exactly what that means, but it's like you can like right now you can buy real estate in Detroit with like cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. Like so like because he has it.
Is that only in Detroit
at the moment right now? Because it's really like a new thing. It's really a new field. Like it's brand new. Like people like that's where they're trying to ship everything there now. Like. If
Bitcoin is like 23,000 a share, man.
It's like it's nine, but it's gonna go up, and it's not even Bitcoin. It's like the technology that is based upon that. That's what's going to push us into the future. It's not Bitcoin. It's the technology it's based off of.
So we gotta get ahead of the game.
Yeah, like get ahead of the game. Like we too reactionary. Like nigga get killed. Oh, we out in the street. Like
bro, Nipsey's like, talking about this in like 2016, bro.
Yeah, bro. How many people is really talking about this shit? Like really, how many of the? This shit gonna get me mad because it's like I know celebrities who know about Wattcoin. I know celebrities who know about these black social media platforms, new network. Like, and they don't support it, and they claiming to be for the people. And then it's like, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you on the front line of the protest when I know you know about something that could benefit and get out of the situation. That's you wanting to be a fucking victim. That's you wanting to keep promoting shit and that's helping your bottom line because shit getting destroyed. Somebody putting money in your pocket from elsewhere. Nah, really empower the people you claim you care about.
Get your shit off, man.
Yeah, bro. Go
ahead.
They don't fucking be on some bullshit, bro. Like that's part of the reason why I was going hard on Akon. He know about Wattcoin. He know about all that shit. He don't know nothing about that. He know he got white people making all of that. Oh, the smart cities in Africa. Why you know you got nothing but Asians and white people financing.
Hey, who people need to follow though is this guy named Idris Sandu. All that shit that Nelson's talking about, he's on that type of time already.
Come on. Like, yeah, bro. It's just certain stuff that
that's his name on Instagram, Idris Sandu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did a lot, work with Nipsey. That's how I found out about him.
Yeah, bro. It's so much. It's so much. Like we get in our own way. Like we have to support one another in order for this shit to stop. So it's like we really have to get on the same page. Like I don't want to see T.I. on TV talking about this new content. Like, bro, really promote the people who really trying to benefit this shit. Like he probably doing the best as he know how, but. Like it's Atlanta is a mecca for black businesses and black corporations. Like, bro, really impact some shit. Like,
I don't know, man. I think from the outside looking in, I think T.I. and Killer Mike and them have made an impact on the Atlanta community.
They have. I'm just like, I'm not
Killer Mike definitely
for sure. I'm just like I want to see that happen everywhere. Like, not even just there. Like, that shouldn't be the only spot. Like. Make that shit a global thing. Like black people everywhere. Like you go in any country in this world, you're gonna find black people there, bro. Like really, we need to be able to find a way to support each other and really enhance each other. And I hate the fact that it has to be like we have to ask people like T.I. and Killer Mike to put themselves in them situations. Like bro, y'all entertainers. Like yes, y'all going above and beyond what y'all really is known for. And it's like. I don't say like help put people that look like us in those positions that y'all working with. Like bring them close to you, show them how the shit go down, like and uplift them. Like don't be afraid to co-sign somebody. Like Nip, like you brought up Idris Sandu, like Nip co-signed Idris Sandu. Like who else was gonna try to make? He was making coding cool. Like Idris Sandu was ill with the code. He probably looked like they were in the hood they call him a nerd. Like nah, you gonna stand next to me. I'm gonna drip you out. I'm gonna show you. Like, I'm gonna put all this on you. And like nah, we gonna make you. We gonna out. Yeah, bro. We gonna make you hot. We gonna make you the new cool.
Nah, he did too.
Yeah, bro. Like,
well, to people who know he did, but a lot of people still don't know about him.
Y'all need to find some new shit to make cool, bro. Like, nigga, like y'all not gonna be niggas don't trap on the corner no more, bro. Outside clothes. What y'all doing? Like, what's the next move? Y'all sitting there waiting for somebody else? Y'all gonna be reactionary again? You waiting for somebody else to get killed? You waiting for somebody else to tell you what to do? Or you gonna really try to push forward and really create some shit? You gonna try to set the wave instead of trying to always be behind the fucking 8-ball?
Nah, I feel you. The man's Nelson was the one that was like, let's shift it to music, and then he the one who took the conversation.
I was saying that was. I think that was.
Yeah, I was letting him get shit off, but like,
it's still music because it's like we power it. We really put the battery in niggas' backs, bro. Like,
bro, yeah, we touched on that earlier. We have the power. We just like we know it, but we don't know it. I can't really explain it.
Yeah.
Like we're just being know it and we're just being ignorant to the fact. Like Nelson said, we just like playing the victim.
And we know it, but there's also a lot of systems in place that try to get us to not know it or try to just dilute it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of distractions, a lot of bullshit that they put on us.
Bro, that goes into labels. That's why we talk so heavy about being independent, so you can have your own creativity.
Exactly.
Like really empowering yourself, having that creative control allows you to create music that's gonna uplift people, and you're not gonna get $10 million for talking about bullshit.
And even just from a mental standpoint, you just grow mentally, and as a person, when you get to do things when you're on your own creative time, then if you got a label directing you and training your mind to where you got to do it this way because this is how you're gonna get more streams and make more money. That's not the art form. That's not what it's there for. That's not genuine.
Right.
You're not putting out genuine music that you really like are emotionally attached to and feel.
Yeah.
Labels will keep you in that box and stunt your growth. As an artist, like if you've seen the situation outside and protests and stuff like, and you want to rap about it, your label is gonna be the one to like, nah, you can't do that because you're the lean pop pills twerk guy. Like I need you to make those kind of songs.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna trick you into thinking, people won't care if you put that out because that's not what your content is about. People don't care if you put that out. They'll trick you into thinking that.
It's bad for your brand. I'm gonna keep you in this box. We only understand this for you. So this is what this is the only thing we're going to finance. Like, bro, shout out to like people like Lupe Fiat. They was trying to do that to Lupe. He had songs like Dumb It Down. Like he was saying the label is trying to make sure I don't speak on things that can truly benefit me and my people.
I love that song.
Like he literally had a hackers group had to fucking threaten Atlantic Records to release his album. Like, bruh, like what? Your music pushes your art, true creativity. It pushes the envelope. It pushes the world round, bro.
Yeah,
like
man.
we run this shit. Like it just don't be. You're gonna run it whether you're ignorant of it or not. Like you're gonna run it. Little kids are sagging their pants in Asia right now. Come on, like they don't know nothing about. They never been to America, but they sagging their pants, bro.
Because we doing it.
G Unit probably one of the biggest brands, like hip hop brands in the world. G Unit, Wu-Tang.
But SAG is, bro.
But you know what I'm saying? It had what?
But SAG and that shit was
in our ignorance.
Oh,
in our ignorance, we still run shit.
That's not a good thing.
We still impact the world in our ignorance.
Yeah,
so it's like choose to really think about something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just. We have to push the envelope. It's not up to nobody else. Right. We have to be creative. Yeah. We have to push that shit
because we have so much power, man. Yeah. And they know that. That's why it's just like I said, man, right is right. If you see some weird shit going on,
people that aren't really with us breaking shit during these, you know what I mean? Just speak on it or just at least consider it, you know what I mean? Don't just be blinded by what the news and what everything is just telling you just because, you know what I mean? Just because they're saying that's just how it is. Nah. We have common sense, you know what I mean? And we know what's up. That's why you see so many people putting videos up all throughout these protests calling out all the weird shit that's going on, you know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't have happened in the 80s. There was no phones to see that. Yeah. So all the shit that we're seeing now, all the shady stuff that's going on, we would have no clue back then, you know what I mean? So the fact that we have phones where we can document this, you know what I mean? And just inform other people, we got to keep doing that, man, because it's really cold out here. There's some sick people.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this just because like some people forget that we're not in the 1990s, but it's like, bruh, if you're out there looting, don't take your mom's car, drive past the camera on at the intersection, hop out
with your phone
on you on live. Bro, leave your phone at home. Like, you know they check the cell phone towers, right? Like, they can check the cell phone towers. Like, leave your phone. Like, don't do. Like, think before you really do some shit, bro. Because it's really going to lead to something that we don't.
That's what I was saying earlier. Just be strategic with the shit, man.
And it's not a popularity contest. You know what I mean? If you're going to be out there because you really want to make a difference. Don't be out there just so you can put an Instagram live video up to say you was wilding. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what the cause is for. You know what I mean? That's not what George Floyd, that's not what he died for. You know what I mean? The cause is bigger than that. It's not about just who's out and who you can flex on that you're out. Nah. Right. It's really about doing what you feel and what's in your heart. And if it's in your heart to be out there protesting, then do it.
Yeah. Definitely RIP to George Floyd, man.
RIP, man. RIP, dog.
So we could definitely wrap it up on that note.
Facts.
I agree.
Facts.
Gotta wrap up on that note. RIP to George Floyd. Prayers out to anybody that's being affected by this, whose businesses, black-owned businesses, are being vandalized, whose family members might be getting hurt. Anybody who's genuinely out there trying to be like doing it for a good cause, if you're getting hurt, prayers to y'all. Prayers to George Floyd's family and all the other victims of, police murdering us. Appreciate everybody that's been listening on Spotify, Apple, watching us on YouTube, streaming the playlist on Apple and Spotify as well. And just keep sharing. And we appreciate y'all. No Label the Pod.
Stay safe.
Stay safe, y'all. Peace.
She watching me like a nigga is cable. I'll be on no label, but my clothes be all labels. Don't call my phone if you ain't talking about the paper. Told her